Welcome everybody to a look at a brand new 4K release from Cult Films. I've not really talked about them before as I've only had a couple of them and they were bought well before I started doing this kind of thing on this channel. But it is 1966's Django, which as you can see is in 4K. And this is directed by Sergio Corbucci, who also did The Great Silence and The Specialists, another pair of spaghetti westerns just like this one. And yeah, this clocks in at 93 minutes long, stars the likes of Franco Nero, who I've seen in 13 other films. But just this year alone, we've talked about him in 3 films, thanks to a Radiance Films box set. That box set included The Day of the Owl, How to Kill a Judge, and The Case is Closed, Forget It. And yeah, he was really, really good in all 3 of those. So yeah, this is about a coffin-dragging gunslinger and a prostitute who become embroiled in a bitter feud between a merciless masked clan and a band of Mexican revolutionaries. So yeah, this spaghetti western is for the most part a fun and entertaining film that starts off with a great title song. It's a really, really catchy English language song, and yeah, I highly recommend trying checking out the song if you haven't already before you even watch this film. And yeah, it manages to mostly stay at that level throughout. The action is also well executed. The cast is good, especially Nero himself, who was really, really impressive in these spaghetti westerns. He's been in more than just this one, but yeah, like a Massacre Time, for instance. But yeah, he's always been impressive as an actor, and even more so when he's in a more action-orientated role. The score is also excellent. It is solidly shot, well paced, and it is a generally entertaining and engrossing effort throughout. So yeah, really rather solid spaghetti western, to be honest. Not quite the classic of, say, the Sergio Leone spaghetti westerns, either the Dollars trilogy or the Once Upon a Time in the West, but still, it is a really, really good effort. And in 4K, this looks pretty good as well. Now, problems with this box set, mainly due to the fact that it's been delivered in a quite a shoddy way. So the box itself has been quite heavily damaged, but I get plenty of these kind of limited edition boxes, and they typically don't come in this kind of state, and that is purely because this is not a hard box like we've had with Arrow Video or anything like that. So yeah, it's a little bit cheap in terms of the box, to be honest. And because of the box not being in the best, the strongest of things, it has somewhat damaged the booklet that you get with it as well. As you can see there, it's curled up slightly, which is never the kind of thing you want to see. But the book itself is pretty good. You've got a foreword by Franco Nero himself. You've also then got Once Upon a Time in Italy, Rome and the Rise of Runaway Productions, A Fistful of Filoni, The Italian Soul in Western Garments, Magnificent Strangers. We were absolutely fascinated by westerns, and then notes as well. So yeah, there's Franco Nero himself in later years, and yeah, it's a nice solid book and everything like that. It's not like a flimsy book or anything like as such as we might well see in other releases, and it is a good, like 62 pages long or thereabouts. So yeah, it's a fantastically solid book, and it looks like a really good, decent insight. You also get shots from the film, as you can see. So yeah, in terms of the content of the book, it's fine, and the book itself looks nice. I like the artwork that it's got going on. It's such a shame that it's been damaged because of the really well quite weak box that it comes in, and it's also damaged the art card that you get with this as well, as it's slightly damaged on the corner there. It's also got a bit of a mark there as well. I'm not sure if you can quite see that in the light, but the art card itself is nicely done. And then you also get a art card of an extra that is on this, Django and Django. So yeah, let's get on to the extras themselves. So we have Franco Nero on being Django. We've also got Ruggiero Diodato on being Corbucci's assistant. Alex Cox defines Django. We've got new reworked English subtitles and additional subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. And yeah, we've also got Django and Django, which is a bonus feature, which is clocking in at 80 minutes long. And it's a riveting feature-length testimonial by Quentin Tarantino, with which complements this edition, which shows many clips. He explains how Kabuki's Django permeates his own films, from Reservoir Dogs to his resounding tribute, Django Unchained. And whimsically, Tarantino tells how, in his Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, his fictional actor, played by Leonardo DiCaprio, ends up working for the real Sergio Corbucci. So, yeah, that's a pretty lengthy extra to have on a disc, quite frankly. And there's the disc itself. and the artwork on that said case, which again is decent enough, but it's not the original artwork by the looks of things. I have seen different kind of artwork to that. Not sure if there's any. Yeah, we get the reversible artwork on it instead. So I personally prefer the reversible artwork. So I'll definitely be swapping that over once I get a replacement for this, because I am not happy with the amount of damage that has been caused to this release on delivery. So I will be going out there for a replacement. So yeah, at the end of the day, this was not cheap. You know, it's £28.99, which I know isn't far from the most expensive release out there by any means. You know, there are far more expensive, 4K limited editions and whatnot. But at the end of the day, it is money, and money is something that is earned and worked for. And yeah, I don't like spending on something that is, damaged. So yeah, I will be getting it replaced. Now, weirdly, Cult Films are also bringing out a spaghetti western box set, which also features a couple of other films. I think one of them is called A Bullet for the General, and there's another one included alongside that. But alongside those two is also Django on Blu-ray. Now, yeah, whether or not that Blu-ray is going to be significantly worse than this 4K or not is to be seen. But I will be getting that box set purely because I want those two other films. Slightly more expensive than this release, but two films for £30 is not bad. Plus the actual physical aspects look like they're a little bit stronger than in this release. But still, it is a little bit of a shame that it's not quite as good as it could have been. The main issue is with this box, which just isn't strong enough for all of the extras that it's got going on. Yet at the end of the day, the case is obviously not the lightest of things in the world. The book is about twice as heavy as the case itself. And then you got the art card as well. So yeah, and the box is just not strong enough to protect them, nor is it strong enough to protect itself. Because yeah, like I said, I've had plenty of limited edition 4Ks this year. Arrow Video, for instance, do really, really good hard boxes for their limited edition 4K releases. So, yeah, and then no more expensive. It might well even be somewhat cheaper than this, and yet, yeah, it's coming quite a poor box. So, yeah, that's the only real issue I have with this. Also, it's quite a bit of a fingerprint magnet, this box as well, which again is not the case for the likes of Arrow Video. So, yeah, but overall, the film is really good. Nice, solid 4 out of 5 from me. And yeah, the 4K itself, like I said, looks good, sounds good, and I do like the content of the art card and the what content is in the booklet. I just would have liked at the end of the day maybe a poster to go alongside with it, considering how much this actually is. But still, at the end of the day, it can do a lot worse, even with the damage and the weak box. Nonetheless, so if you've seen this one before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.